In 2017, a great Total War mod called Terminus Total War Imperium came onto the Steam workshop for Total War Attila. So, let's have a look at what this mod is and how it's come back, and I'll give you a very brief overview of what this mod is. So 395 AD, which is a year of upheaval. The once mighty Roman Empire is now corrupt and has a gluttonous rule. It's ripe for raids and revolt. The empire is clawing at itself. So you have kingdoms like the Macedonians, you have kingdoms like the Egyptians, the Britannic kingdom has, seceded, I can't say the word, but it has seceded from the Roman Empire. And Rome has become a mere shadow of itself, while the Macedonians now claim that they are the true heirs of the Roman Empire. There are rebellions, there's a quest to forge their own sovereignty. In the north, the Goths and the Teutons try to establish kingdoms. In the east, the Sabirs and the Hephthalites advance. Near the heart of the old empire is the most turbulent, with open revolts such as the Achaian rebellion and so on and so forth. There are new kingdoms, there's new rebellions. Plus, there's also the Mongols. There's also a legion, a Roman expeditionary legion by the name of Marcus Crassus. I'll leave that for you to figure out. But basically, it's an alternate history campaign, and this mod was really fantastic back in the day. And for some reason, I think it became outdated. But Loremaster Corax re-uploaded the mod, and the credit of the original mod goes to the original developers of Terminus Total War Imperium. It's basically an alternate history possibility. This new timeline, many things have changed, and the stage is set for a completely new story to be told. These changes are brought by a series of, political intrigues, assassinations, etc. But, the empire is in disarray after the death of the emperor and assassination of his son, who was said to rule the Eastern Roman Empire. In a moment of crisis, revolts and civil wars have taken root. Both the rulers of the Western and Eastern empires have delegated limited autonomy and powers to their local provincial governments. Now that, of course, was tried in the 3rd century and that completely failed. There are new factions, there's the Achaian kingdom, there's the Arabic kingdom, there's so much more. And it has a playable faction of 42. There's so much. There's the province of Gaul, theme of Crete, theme of Egypt, Sassanid Empire, there's so many. And plus, there's a mighty Sassanids who are looking to really get their power increased. So there's a lot, there's so many factions within the Steam workshop. And I have to tell you, there is so much that they have done here. They have done an absolutely brilliant. The other thing that has to be said about this mod is that units do feel varied. There is great battles to be fought, but it still mostly retains that Attila vanilla style of roster, because it hasn't been, really worked on for quite a while now. But I am so glad that Loremaster Corax really not downloaded, but he brought this mod back to the Steam workshop, and this mod is truly worth attempting. There's some really interesting stories that you can tell with this type of, there's some really interesting stuff. But say for example that you wanted to play as the Mongols, so you could play as the ruined Khaganate or the Mongol Empire. It was the name of a state of nomadic proto-Mongols. It doesn't give much of a story with the Mongols, but let's say you were to play, for example, the Macedonian kingdom. You could literally play the blood of old Greece flows through your veins. After separating from the Byzantines, you and your kingdom find yourself in a good position. A new independent kingdom. You have neither enemies nor friends. It would be prudent to start forging relationships, but it is your choice whether to speak with words or perhaps with your blade. It is time the world knew the true heir to Augustus and Alexander of old. So you get Imperium Praetoria because you're a Roman faction, but you are also the ancestors of Alexander. Now you could take the Persian Empire, Forces from without threaten their control of the Silk Road, because the Eastern and Western Roman empires have devolved, and so for the Sassanids, they have to watch, they have to really see what's happening here, you know. And as their claim to the throne is rooted in their military prowess, it is imperative that their recent conquests continue, lest control be wrested from them. Or what the Sassanids could do is what the Ottomans did in 1453. They could reclaim the Roman Empire, because many of the Roman pretender states, and that is what they are trying to claim that they're the emperors of Rome. The Sassanids or the Persians could claim that they are the ones that are, that are the true heirs to the Roman Empire, because they've been fighting the Romans for 700 years. But you also have the Roman expedition that says, oh, we must make the Persians pay. But to be honest, they're just literally trying to take revenge for Crassus, who died in 53 BCE against the Parthians, and also the Parthians have risen as well. There are so many new kingdoms, so much new variety. Basically, what I've given you is just a taste of what you could experience, or what you can imagine. There is so much content. There is so much brilliant content. You could play the mighty Sassanid Empire, and it's so huge. I mean, this is what playing as a Sassanid Empire should feel like. And battles feel great. I think this mod is absolutely worth a visit. There's so much more stuff to be done, so much more stuff to be, played with. You have the Geats, you have the Eastern Empire, and Marcus Crassus has been unanimously. He's been basically elected emperor by his men. You have been freed deep in Persian territory, in the sandy province of Markan. Rage rules the hearts of your men, and you have gained the entire legion behind one single goal. The Persians must be defeated. Show them the true might. I mean, you got the Britannica, you got so many new factions. I have to say, it is amazing. For a mod of this scale, for a mod of this magnitude, you have so much to play. And I don't want to stress myself out, but basically all I'm gonna say is go to the Steam workshop, go there, download this mod right now. It's an absolutely amazing mod that you really, really, really need to try. And don't forget to leave a like, share, comment and subscribe, and plus there is also 100 new units within this entire mod. And this is a fantastic mod, and the link to the Steam workshop of the new Terminus Total War, well, basically it's been re-uploaded of course, but that's what this mod is. Definitely go ahead, try it out. It's definitely an alternate history mod that really needs to come back into the spotlight, and the mod developers have done an amazing job. And also thank you to Loremaster Corax for re-uploading Terminus Total War to Total War Attila.